watch them engaging in karmic patterns with no change, unless that change was like temporal. But whoever these individuals are that's just wreaking havoc in, people's lives unnecessarily, or due to their lack of healing, their lack of self-awareness, their lack of accountability, right? Or just being responsible with their vessel as well as responsible with others in their care, or others whom they have some type of impact or influence on their emotional, psychological, physical, spiritual well-being, right? So for those individuals who have just been on this hamster wheel of just being karmic as fuck, like being envious of what other people have, being jealous of what other people have, and only being kind long enough, only being friendly long enough, only talking the talk long enough in order to get access to these people's things and steal from them and take from them, okay? Whether that be actual materials, energy, essence, ideas, plans, aspirations, people, whatever the case may be, but they don't feel like they can manifest it on their own. Or you have these people who are out here claiming that people are doing black magic on them, people are doing voodoo on them, somebody put roots on them, when in actuality it's literally just them being under judgment. It's literally just their karma backfiring. Now, of course, we understand that is a thing. It is a thing for people to be experiencing misfortune and beauty spells and stuff like that due to magic. But these people are trying to use this, bro. Like, these people are trying to use this shit just because they know that's what's most common, like, or that's what's most commonly being talked about nowadays, quote unquote, in social media and stuff like that, right? People bringing more awareness to just how real the other side of things is. Everything is not just divine. Everything is not just manifested by prayers to God. No, people pray to demonic entities. People pray with the intent to do demonic things, and they do manifest. They do have the power to come to pass, just like when you pray for good things and it comes to pass. But you have people who are trying to use that as a crutch. They're trying to masquerade behind that too, all right? Masquerading themselves as light to use this as an excuse to justify their misfortune, to justify why they looking how they looking, why they acting how they acting, why they treating people how they treating people, bro. And honestly, why they just still continuously running from creating some type of resolve or balance or repentance to the situation. So they're making excuses instead. So that's just and here's the thing, like what I'm noticing too, let's say you seen somebody, like, because this is different timelines. Let's say you seen somebody years ago. Y'all, it's happening so quick. Like, okay, if you know the person like personally, you may have gotten to see them like when things really started to turn for the worse, like when their physicality started to change and shit like that. I mean, like, not even on some weight gain, weight loss shit. I'm talking about their physical appearance, their face no longer looks the same, their skin does not look the same. They just look what's the word they just look like they're morphing into something else, and it's always like this dark, eerie cloak that's over their vessel. Like, because I feel like that's the number one thing I've noticed, like with people who I've seen their judgment on them. It's like they have this darkness over their energy. Like, it's crazy. Like, you can think this person been outside and they just got a tan or some shit. Like, that's really how darkness can sit on somebody. Like, that shit is crazy. But yeah, so pay attention to that, because that is a thing going on right now. And more than likely, the next phase of where that person is spiraling, bro, it's either being incarcerated, it's either being strung out, right? Or unfortunately, death. Unfortunately. And I'm able to say this because I'm witnessing it, okay? And I'm witnessing it from different timelines. People that I know personally and people that I just associate with for whatever reason, bro. Like, it's crazy. And to see to see on social media that shit going around about those famous twins and shit like that, same thing, how they just look totally different. Okay, I understand age and time and, you know, lifestyle changes and stuff can affect your physicalities, but this is not what this is, bro. No. What's morphine is what's inside of their vessel. It's morphine, and it's beginning to show itself more and more on their outer appearance. Hello. But that's what's going on, you guys. And what's crazy, this person told me about a friend of theirs that always was able to see when death is on a person. And what they're able to see, if that person is approaching them, they literally see them in like a zombified form, right? Even though to the average eye, this person looks seemingly normal. So somebody just told me that shit yesterday, bro. This shit is not a coincidence. I got a phone call the other day telling me about a classmate that was murdered trying to rob somebody, right? Try to rob the person. That person shot him. He managed to take the gun from the person he attacked, and they killed each other. The point is, that same individual, I saw this man like 2 years ago, bro, and I didn't even recognize him. Like, these people are becoming unrecognizable. And you know, sometimes when people are envious and jealous of somebody else's life and stuff like that, it's not even always conscious that these people are doing this, y'all. But that doesn't mean that it's not going to render some type of effect. It's still going to be some type of cause and effect. So let's say, okay, like this particular person, they had a lot going for them, like with sports and all that shit, bro. Like, they was really set up like to really do good, but they got caught up trying to be in some shit that they're trying to walk a path that they're not really supposed to be on, but they want to appear like they want to appear a certain way to gain some type of credibility to people whom honestly it wouldn't even matter, bro. Like, if this person would have took a more divine path away from this toxic shit, bro, nobody that he tried to impress, that shit. And guess what? At the end of it all, it still don't fucking matter, because this nigga is dead at 30 years old. This nigga is dead. Like, what the fuck? You died from trying to rob somebody? And you know what spirit is saying too? It's not just the motherfuckers that's out here blatantly robbing people in the physical, like, or just blatantly doing shit in the physical with their flesh that you can see. No, it's people on that same type of timing in the spirit realm, and the same shit, the same consequences is happening with them too. Just like your ass can go to jail here in the flesh, your flesh can be sent to jail, your spirit can be imprisoned. Just like your flesh can be infected, okay, and diseased and all that shit, your spirit can be the same way. And if you ask me, it's worse when it's in the spirit. It's worse when it's spiritual consequences. It's worse. You got the Three of Pentacles in the reverse. So there's something significant about a collaboration, a group plot, a group scheme, something that a group did, and they didn't realize. Like, it's something about being sloppy. It's something about these people just getting sloppy and messy, bro, like for the sake of pleasure, like instant gratification. And you know what's so fucked up about being under judgment and you not doing anything to mend that with God, or to mend things with the people whom you forsaken, or the people whom you slighted? Like, bro, so you still on this wheel of trying to chase some type of pleasure that's strong enough and intense enough to distract you from your reality, to distract you from the fact that everything is crumbling, bro, from the inside out. And a lot of times that's how people end up dying in that same shit that they trying to use to free themselves from. I don't give a fuck if you don't do drugs, but you out here using sex recklessly to try to ignore some fucked up shit that you did to somebody, bro, instead of just owning that shit and mending the situation or trying to repair it, even if it's just directly through God, bro. But you think you just gonna cause other people or somebody else to suffer at their expense, like, and there be no consequences? Okay. Nobody should have to be told or reminded that it does not matter how old you are, death can get your ass at any fucking time. Nobody should need to be told that. That should already be understood. And then also, you guys, do not ignore your intuition and your instincts. Let's say you was able to detect that somebody was battling with some type of drugs, like some heavy drugs, like you just noticed in their body language and, you know, their mannerisms or whatever, and you decided to kind of like just, I'm not even gonna say overlook it, but in a way overlook it. I feel like the way things are coming full circle nowadays, it's almost like a boost, like for us to really stand on business with our intuition and our clarity, bro, our discernment, because we really be ahead of this shit most of the time. But I think what it is, because we're more so focused on our path, we're focused on the divine, we're focused on our journey and our purpose and building like our legacy, right? What we create and what we leave behind. Because we're so focused on that, we can easily dismiss shit that later on you realize, yeah, nah, like, damn, I peeped that shit, bro, until it all just unravels and starts to fall apart. But that's what's going on right now with some individuals. I'm just gonna say that some people really are like, I feel like some people develop a tolerance with whatever, like, let's say we are talking about heavy drugs. Some people can develop a tolerance too, as far as like behavioral cues and shit, almost like a sociopath. How a sociopath basically studies society, he studies universal language and all this shit, and then basically regurgitates it and mimics the energy in order to basically put down any guard, you know, that the other person may have, or just to come off like they're trustworthy, just so they can get access to that space, that environment, or that person. Literally, that's the only reason. So yeah, some shit can definitely, not just some shit coming out, but like some heavy, harsh truths are coming out. On some, oh, you thought this motherfucker just had a drinking problem? Oh, you thought this motherfucker just smoked weed? That motherfucker on heroin. Like, it's shit, it's something like that. Like, that's the type of energy, that's the type of energy going on, bro. Okay, so besides that, you know, the energy or the story about how Jesus would go around, like, I guess, like, the people to whom society would normally be shunned, how he would go around these people and commune with them and stuff like that. You guys could be, you know, noticing or reflecting, or just your life could be playing out in a way where you're being brought around certain communities and stuff like that where you normally would not be around, but some type of circumstances or scenarios or whatever has aligned you guys' path together. And even though, how do I want to say this? It's something about you just walking headfirst into like a storm or into a war, like into a battle, but not on some naive, some green, some stupid shit, but on some, if not you, then who else type shit. On some, you realizing just how powerful you are in environments where it is chaotic, in environments where there is toxicity. But I'll tell you this, anywhere where you are, I don't care how toxic the people are around you. Anywhere you are, if you retain your divinity within yourself and your light, and you're authentically standing in that energy, bro, it doesn't matter how thick the darkness is around you, bro. You still can shift that whole damn thing, bro. You still can shift the energy. I feel like if anything, we may shy away because we just rather the fuck not. We just rather not. We just rather not, be associated with certain things. We don't want to be seen like with certain shit. We're very conscious about, the image, but not in like a arrogant way, but we're conscious about the image of ourselves that we put out on some noble shit, not on some, you just feel like you straight up like just better and shit like that. It ain't about that. But normally it's something about you wouldn't normally put yourself around certain people, certain situations, environments or whatever, but circumstances, have created it to be so. But instead of sinking into a dark space about it, there's some type of transmutation that you're supposed to do. When is the best time to apply alchemy and transmutation? If things are already balanced, if things are already good, everything's divine, what is there to transmute? What is there to alchemize? And the thing is, I feel like the way these situations initially present itself, it may feel overwhelming to you, especially when it's just you by yourself, right? It may feel overwhelming at first, and with that overwhelming feeling, you may feel like the urge to like flight, like to run, right? That fight or flight energy, you may feel the desire to just flight, remove yourself. And there are times when you will need to discerningly do that. But there are other situations where God is calling you to the forefront to create balance in a situation. And you got to trust God and trust yourself enough to be capable to do it. Instead of ruminating, why the fuck? Why do I have to deal with this? Why do you keep putting me in this and this? Why is you letting people do this and da 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 da? And that's all good. You can do all that in your authentic transparency with the divine. You can say all that. You can ask all them questions. You can do all that. But at the end of the day, where the fuck would transmutation and alchemy apply if there was no imbalance? I think a very critical reality is that some people generally just do not know better, bro. They generally do not know better. So you having conversations with people, and the way you express and communicate, right, with that uniqueness, that rarity, that peculiar energy, that is completely intentional by God. Because that within itself is shifting an environment, especially when for the most part, most people are talking the same. Most people looking the same. Most people doing the same thing. I'm just saying, like, most people aspire to do the same shit. And a lot of it is derivative from attention seeking. What's an example of transmutation when you're dealing with individuals that's attention seeking, right? And you're the odd one in the group. How can you strategize and utilize that energy to actually work not only in your favor, but their favor as well? If this person is attention seeking, I'll give them attention. I'll give them attention. But I'm going to give them healthy attention. I'm going to bring attention to shit that otherwise everybody around them will enable, disregard, dismiss, or make excuses for or praise. A lot of times, God's truth is not going to be the popular opinion. And you know, I'm feeling like I'm getting that it's literally the same way, bro. It's literally the same way. Just like people shit is sneaking up and coming out. That's been on that demon time. Same shit with divine beings. Motherfuckers got you fucked up because you humble as hell. You don't watch motherfuckers have heart attacks. You don't watch motherfuckers die. You don't watch motherfuckers get strung out. Their life get turned all the way upside down for doing some fuck shit to you. And you ain't have to do nothing but just stay down with God. But you got people not thinking. That's what I said earlier. Motherfuckers who lack foresight. Who want to impulsively jump on your shit and talk shit or make a little subtle insult or remark or some shade. Okay. That 2 seconds of you throwing shade at me, motherfucker. That 2 seconds of you throwing shade at me when you could have chose a divine action instead and just move your ass along, there's consequences. And guess what? Them consequences ain't gonna last no 2 fucking seconds. That's what the fuck wrong with people. And that's the reality check that a lot of people getting right now. People feel like they got one up on you because they playing around with illusions and confusion and delusion. You don't think God is the ultimate strategist? You don't think us chosen ones know how to maneuver and move in a way and even code switch and all that shit and disguise ourselves divinely so for a divine purpose? Why would I go around announcing to motherfuckers just because, yo, this person had did this to me and then, you know, they had a heart attack and they young as fuck to be having a heart attack, but they died. And this motherfucker called me. Right after they was brought back, the motherfucker called me. Why would I go around telling these stories to people? For what? It shouldn't take all that. Just don't mistreat good people. It should not take all that. And then when you are speaking transparently or speaking that truth, people are so quick to say you arrogant, you this, you that, you a witch. I'm a witch because God is real, because judgment is real, because you reap what you sow. So I'm a witch because I'm telling you that because apparently you didn't know. Apparently you forgot. Or you just living and breezing through life that like these spiritual laws are not in place. So I'm a witch because I'm aware. I'm a witch because I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm a witch because you're not about to shit on me. You're not going to shit on me and think you're going to get the outcome that you're used to getting with other motherfuckers. No. No. So that makes me a witch because I'm anointed. It makes me a witch because I'm really protected like that. And people totally disregard the rites of passage. People disregard the trials and the tribulations and the shit that you go through to even have such a strong army in God. That shit is crazy to me. Motherfuckers will shut their mouth, silence themselves when somebody else is speaking some straight bullshit, promoting straight bullshit. They'll shut the fuck up. And just because the person got money, just because the person got materials, just because the person got a fucking audience, just because the person look good, they'll shut the fuck up. But let somebody trying to stand on something. Let somebody speak about something about integrity. Motherfuckers quick to say some shit out the side of their neck. Quick. Keyword, quick. And even quicker nowadays. Even more impulsive nowadays. So what the fuck make you feel like judgment not gonna be just as swift? It's giving terminal. It's giving a growth. And it's, oh my God, that is crazy. It's giving growth. It's giving growth. It's always happening. It's giving, what are you contributing to what's growing? What seeds are you planting that's going to grow? That's being watered. Whether it's being watered by polluted emotions or healthy emotions. But that fruit still producing. That fruit still growing. And just because when that fruit grow, that don't mean that shit good for you, bro. That don't mean that shit good for you, bro. It's a lot of fruit budding right now on people. That's toxic as fuck. Cause it's definitely giving an energy of like people literally having something on them. They're carrying things in their energy. Like, for example, okay, I'm gonna tell you this. This motherfucker, I had somebody come and sit in my car, right? They need to charge their phone. This motherfucker sat in my car, bro. Why my car started tripping? My car ain't never do no shit like that before. Since I had it. Never. This motherfucker got out my car. I had to pray over my car and rebuke this person's energy, bro, and not let them back in. My car was working fine ever since. This shit is real. Motherfuckers is walking around with shit on them, y'all. Spiritually. You don't know. You don't, bro. Oh my God. I'm hearing the song Heathens. I don't know if y'all know that song. All my friends are heathens. Take it slow. Wait for them to ask you who you know. Please don't make any sudden moves. You don't know the half of the abuse. It's giving that energy, bro. You don't know. You don't know if that person that you notice something is off about them. Even if it's just subtle external shit. You notice. But that ain't my business. So I'm just gonna, let me just, I'm gonna just go this way type shit. You don't know if that person will murder somebody. Like, why is that person? What led to that shit? What led to that? What got them to that point? It was so fucked up. Nobody has to stay there, bro. But man, I'm telling you, like, conviction of the evil that you've done to somebody innocent is crazy, dog. That's a crazy ass reality to live with. Imagine somebody fake convincing themselves that they powerful, they courageous, they bold enough to murk somebody on some lick, like they just hitting a lick type shit, right? But the consequences of doing that, though, they be bitches. They can't face that shit. And y'all, like, I feel bad for those of us who help these people, like, who kind of serve as like pads, like a padded room to this person. Because at the end of the day, if you want demon time, it's gonna always be an outlet. It's gonna always be an outlet for pleasure seeking. It's gonna always be a demonic escape. Always. There's gonna be some pussy that's willing to let you smash. There's gonna be some dick that's willing to smash. It's gonna be somebody that's gonna give you the drugs for the low ski. They gonna give you hella drugs for the low ski. You never been in a situation. Let's say you want to chill out on smoking weed and shit like that, right? Or you stop smoking weed, and now it seems like weed just coming left and right, all over the place. Everybody want to give you weed or give you weed for the low ski. God damn. You trying to be celibate and shit. Motherfuckers just throwing that shit. God damn. How many do we need a billion, trillion more examples for us to like just understand the basics of life at this point? And how we should be moving and not, just treating karma like, oh, it's just a word. No. It's not just a word. And it's sad. God said, I am the way, the truth, and the light. Bro, listen. I told somebody, I had to tell this person, bro, fear the Lord, bro. That's all I said, fear the Lord. This person called me a witch. I didn't say fear me. Don't fear me because it's not, no. Fear what protects me. Jealous of how somebody else looks, so now you ugly. Beauty alchemy, bro. Beauty alchemy, bro. You can literally alchemize and beautify yourself, bro. Just focus on yourself. Accept who you are. Love what you are. Love where you are in the moment. Find things about yourself to love, to be grateful for. Acknowledge and recognize things about yourself. Okay? Don't base your self-worth solely in your physicalities. Don't only sow seeds towards how you look externally. I can't stand a motherfucker walking around hella name brands. They got all that shit. They got that shit on, right? But they spiritually broke. Or other responsibilities they should be taking care of, they're neglecting that just so they can be fresh as fuck. Just so they can impress or get some attention or another quality of attention. A higher quality of attention because I got this on. Because I'm driving this. Because I'm rocking that. Because I'm with this motherfucker. Y'all realize we supposed to be that way with God? No, I'm going to get this opportunity because I'm with God. No, I am her. I am him because of God, because I got God on. Yeah, I got that shit on. I got God on. That's how we really should be. Like, this codependency in regards to our self-esteem boost that we have with these materials, these worldly things, bro, the flesh, that is not how it's supposed to be. Even if you in the projects, bro, if you got God, bro, you're one of the richest people. You're one of the wealthiest people. And I'm talking about a real connection with God. I'm not talking about this watered down, just, religion, go to church on Sundays, maybe go to Bible study, go to some little group events, and da-da-da-da-da. But underneath all those people, underneath all those events, what is your connection with the divine? If all those people, all those arrangements were to be removed, would you still battle with your self-esteem? Will that lower your self-esteem if those people that contributed to boosting it just all of a sudden just disappear? All of a sudden. How much would that affect your confidence and your self-esteem within yourself? That shit not easy. And it ain't nothing wrong. Of course, we're supposed to have community and all that shit. But, bro, like, you have to be patient and discerning and not disregard that, bro, we are spiritual, having a natural experience. Everybody talking about how chaotic and all the stuff that's going on right before our eyes in the world nowadays. What the fuck you think going on in the spirit realm? Some of the best illusions and disguises literally just look like, oh, you sitting around a bunch of decent people. It's masquerading. Oh my God. When the Most High talks about an energy masquerading itself as light, it is not only just it's not only by means of one individual. That expression of deception masquerading itself as light can also be within a group setting. You know, if you've lost things, if you don't have the best of the best and shit like that, but people are still adamant on trying to shit on you, make you feel bad, hurt your feelings, make you feel isolated or pushed out or whatever, excluded, persecute you, talk bad about you, lie on you, defame your character, try to ruin your reputation. If people still manage to do that and they have more than you, when it comes to materials, they have more than you. They have better quality. They have more new things. They have more access to people, places, or seemingly, right? They have more people than you do. You can be by yourself and they have a bunch of people. They have a group and you're by yourself. But you're still valuable enough for these people to put so much focus on and focusing negativity on you, and you ain't do shit to them to earn that. Bro, like, oh my God, bro. That's proof. That's proof. That is fucking proof. God said, collect for yourself, gather for yourself riches in heaven. And you know, people say you can't take these riches with you when you leave your flesh. What have these people cultivated in the spirit, bro? Just like motherfuckers getting robbed out here for the materials that they have in the flesh. Okay, there's robbers and thieves and motherfuckers out here seeking to find mansions, which is your body, your vessel, your temple, housing, your riches, your spirit, your soul, your gifts. On the prowl. Literally. Literally. So it's okay. It's okay. These little minor, basic, immature, human ass games that people be caught up in, these webs, these cycles, it's okay. It's okay. Even if you want to bicycle your ass over here with that shit, that's okay. That's okay. Because my spirit don't resonate with that fucking bicycle. My spirit don't resonate with that fucking vehicle or that fucking house. My spirit resonate with the earth. Bitch, it don't matter what you cultivated. My spirit resonates with the earth. I'm grounded. At the end of the day, you bring that toxic shit over here on your bicycle, bitch. Guess what? This ground is still immovable. This ground is still here. This ground is still prosperous. And this ground gonna be here when you die. This ground still gonna be here. When you come and go, it's still gonna be here. When it rain, when it storm, when whatever, it's still gonna be here. So come over here. Come get an ear. Come listen. Come drop your basic mentality, shady ass remarks and comments. Please come as you are. Come as you are. It ain't got shit to do with my perception. It don't have anything to do with my awareness. It cannot affect negatively my relationship. Nothing shall separate me from God. I'm not them. I can't be broken and shook out of the Most High God. I can't be shook out of God by somebody making some little subtle ass remarks behind a fucking screen. Bitch, fuck you. Straight up. Straight up. I'm not about to sit here and kiss ass. I'm not about to sit here and kiss ass for no fucking body. I'm here to be authentic, and that's it. You got a problem with it, you don't like it, get the fuck on. Oh, that's what the fuck going on. A screeching halt. That's what's going on. Motherfuckers just been running. Them runners, them fucking runners, running away from being accountable, just running. Whatever that run may look like for those individuals. A screeching halt. Do you know how brutal that fucking fall can be when that bicycle that chain pop? Y'all ever seen somebody ride a bike and the chain pop? You ever seen that before? I've seen that before. I've seen somebody get tossed off their bicycle from the chain popping, falling onto their arm, and their entire bone sticking out of their arm, their wrist. I witnessed that. That's literally what's going on with people in the spirit. And I'm seeing two examples. It's giving Tony Hawk. It's giving like them professional like cyclists or whatever, like that's riding on these ramps and they're being projected and trajected and all of this. That's what's going on for the chosen ones. Yeah, shit seems steady. Yeah, there was some pauses, some breaks, or had a detour, go this way, and then out of nowhere catapulted. Opposed to these motherfuckers, they having all these highs and these lows, and and then a chain pop, and then their body stop, and then they're forced to face their spirit. You ever seen somebody be so antsy they can't stop moving? They just keep pacing, walking around, and don't let them be bickering and all at the same time. And it's one thing for people to really be worried about something, right? And their worry is justified. It's another thing when a person just wrestling with fucking demons and they doing that. That's a totally different thing. You ever seen that before? I've seen it. And all this confirmation, these things coming back from years ago, bro, to now is crazy to me. Like, the harsh reality of how demented spirits really operate with humans who still have an opportunity to choose divinity or evil. The fact that you still have the power of choice. They don't have that anymore. The harsh reality that they really entertain themselves by abusing those who still have a choice. That's how they entertain themselves. I have a question. Is the time investment is it worth it if the person you're investing your time is causing your health to diminish? Is it worth it? You love that person, you have compassion for that person, you're trying to be understanding, you recognize their pain and what has them in this chaotic energy where they're just wreaking havoc towards everybody around them. Okay, that's amazing that you're so thoughtful. That just shows your character and the divinity of who you are. But if it is diminishing your health, is it divine to keep or continue investing your energy in the same way? Is that divine? There's some people, y'all, the life-shifting things that we experience in life, that people happen. There's some people that have experienced so many life-shifting trials, and it's just none of it was enough to shake them out of like chasing these cheap thrills. It wasn't enough. And it's really sad. It's really sad to witness. But somebody has I am channeling somebody, they've hurt a lot of people just out of their selfishness. They've hurt a lot of people. Yeah. And it's like there's this energy of like this lingering, like haunting or fear, anxiety, but being plagued. They're plagued mentally and spiritually. But the thing is, you open the door to these fucking demons. You let them motherfuckers in your house, in your temple, and you ain't doing shit to let them out. Instead of doing the shadow work to let them out, because you trying to distract yourself from these motherfuckers just being loud and playing their music and doing everything in your house, bro. Your temple, in your mind. Disturbing your peace. So you go to the very thing where you pick these demons up from and open yourself up to more of them kind of demons. More of that energy. You just open yourself more up to that. Trying to escape. I don't really see people. I don't know. Like, I just. It would be amazing for people to prize spiritual education just as much as, worldly education. Like, motherfuckers need to go to universities and they need to try to get their masters and PhD in spirit and spiritual knowledge and awareness. Like, motherfuckers really be trying to make it seem like something wrong with you because you're not choosing to submit to oblivion. The fuck? Do people really still believe, if I don't believe it, it's not gonna manifest? I ain't gotta worry about it as long as I don't believe it. What? If you don't know about it, and if you aren't aware about it to properly protect yourself, I don't think that's wise. I don't think that's wise. Especially when you get into the path where you start having children and shit. No. Being spiritually ignorant is not cute. And it's a reason why people, why there's so many differences in people's depth of awareness of God. Different ages, right? Like how some of us can be young and we'll meet somebody that's like a decade or two older than us, and they ain't never meet nobody that's talking like us. Or we're giving them a new perspective, or we're reawakening their faith in God. That's why some children get it. Some preteens get it before adults. We don't need any more examples. We don't need any more examples. Imagine somebody making it a priority to get a degree in college and stuff of this world and shit, so they can, just imagine somebody investing so much in that, right? And even though there's a depthness of study into something like that, trying to get a particular degree, like you may have to take multiple classes, address multiple things involving that degree. You know what? You know the most that people would do with God? Not nearly as much. Go to church. Regurgitate phrases. That's it. That's about it. Pray only when when there's uncertainty or something's going wrong, or that's it. But that's it though. Using prayer as a form of manipulation, but that's about it. That's about it. Because God's exams and God's tests and trials and tribulations ain't nothing like it's not the same. It's not the same. It's not the same. It is not the same. And that's why so many people are void. Because it's not the same. If you think anything in college was hard or difficult, bro, I guarantee you it does not compare to the education that you have to gain and receive in the spirit. It does not compare. It does not compare, because it may consist of being persecuted. It may consist of losing out on some shit. It may consist of being alone. It may consist of depression. It may consist of anger, confusion. It may consist of being spiritually attacked. It may consist of still having to thrive, still retaining your kindness and compassion for others, even when nobody's giving you compassion. It may require you to forgive somebody who did literally the absolute most to fucking crush your spirit, bro. This shit ain't easy. Because it's easier to hold a grudge. It's easier to, get revenge on the person. You gonna hear some of my videos, some of my content, and it's gonna be giving Queen of Swords. It's gonna be giving like reckless, like the way that I'm talking and shit. But I'm still that Queen of Pentacles. I'm still that Empress energy. I'm still that Queen of Cups. You still gotta have balance with that shit. I know the damage that I could possibly do. Most of us know the damage that we could possibly do, but we don't get off on that. We don't feel more confident by being able to tear somebody down. Like, that doesn't, no. Most of the time, whenever we are pushed in that kind of situation, we have been provoked for a period of time before it gets to that point. But have you ever met a motherfucker that just be itching for drama, be itching to fight somebody? It don't even matter who the fuck it is. They just on that type of timing. You ever had somebody not like you, and then when somebody asks you, why you don't like that person? I don't know, I just don't like them. What? Spiritual warfare. I had this big ass grown ass female didn't like me, bro, when I was in high school, because her best friend was at that time now my best friend. And I guess we started hanging out more than they were hanging out. So she didn't like me and, you know, basically set out to fight me and everything whenever she see me, like on sight type shit. And don't know nothing about me. The only thing she know is that we're friends. And let's call a thing a thing. And cause I'm cute and shit. The fuck? Motherfuckers don't like to hear the raw truth like that, but no. That's all it takes for a lot of hoes to decide that they're gonna work against you because of what the fuck you look like. The hell? Or they like somebody. Everybody's single in the situation, but they like this person. They found out that you're in this person's life. They see what you look like. So now it's beef. The fuck? You ain't do a goddamn thing but just be in connection with that person and looking how you looking, talking how you talking, walking how you walking. That's it. And sometimes that's all it takes for people to consider you an enemy or a target. That's all it takes. You doing your motherfucking job the way you supposed to do it. That's all it takes for some people to make you a target. You doing your job. You ain't doing shit to knock nobody off their throne and nothing. You doing your motherfucking job. But because you doing your job so fucking well, that's all it takes for somebody to make you a target. Ask me how I know. Even if you in a fucking healing community, a healing environment, a healing career, health and wellness, jealousy and envy is still present. You in there trying to help people heal, and motherfuckers still worrying about being jealous because of what you look like, because of how well you're doing. It's easy for people to get distracted by shit like that. Instead of staying focused on God. Guess what? Sometimes that's all it takes. The fact that you can maintain your focus on God, regardless of what the fuck they doing. Sometimes that's all it takes. Because they struggle with that, they want to see you struggle with that. They probably got a better car, a better house, better clothes, better body, whatever. But because you have a better relationship with God, you have a better faith with God, they don't want you to have it. They want to attack it. They feel like you better. They feel like you're a threat. Yeah. That shit not lame no more. It's not lame to be all about God. I ain't missing out on shit as long as I got God. Straight up. And I ain't just talking about it. I'm living this shit. Ask me how much I lost. Ask me how much I've lost in this world, bro. I ain't never lose God. Never. Ask me how many dreams I've seen come to pass in people's lives that I've dreamed, whether good or bad. At the end of the fucking day, bro, it don't matter how much power motherfuckers feel like they have in this material realm, bro. If you stick with God. Because what's the most valuable thing? What's the most valuable thing in life to lose? If you lose your money, if you lose your job, if you lose your family, if you lose your stability, if you lose all that, if you lose your health, even if you lose your health, bro, you lose your vitality. Even if you lose all that, what's the most valuable thing left to lose? What are the most valuable things left to lose? Your fucking life. Your life. Your soul. Y'all know everything that's here is basically a knockoff to what God can do, to what God provides, to what God creates. This fake ass wealth and riches that these toxic ass people be gaining in this world is a knockoff compared to what God is giving you. Period. To what God has predestined and arranged for you. Don't get tricked out your spot, bro. Don't let these sellouts, don't let these followers, these unoriginals trick you out your spot, trick you out your authenticity, trick you out your originality. The best clothes, the best house, the best makeup, the best bust down, the best is literally the Most High. That's the best to put on. You got that shit on? You got the Most High on? That's the best. That's the highest quality that you could ever wear on your vessel. That is the guest whom you should be most concerned about visiting your home. God. That's the plastic surgeon. That's the surgeon. That's the therapist. That's the pastor. That's the mother. That's the father. That's the husband. That's the wife. That's the career. That's the idea. That's the game plan. That's the blueprint. The Most High God. I'm beautiful because I got God on. When one door closes and 6, 7 fucking doors open shortly after, that's because I got God on. You want to hear some authentic shit? Okay. I got my fucking feelings hurt so fucking bad that I couldn't even go nowhere. I just wanted to stay in the house. I didn't even go to work. I called out of work. I lost my motherfucking job, y'all. Tell me why I'm sitting on 7 offers right now. I'm sitting on 7 offers right now for my gifts and my talents. And that's on God, period. And that's why, because of God. Motherfuckers been investing time being shady, being slick, slide, trying to set motherfuckers up at work and shit because they hating. Only for me to walk the fuck out and walk into 7 fucking offers. Half of them paying twice as much. Okay, bet. Okay, bet. But motherfuckers want you to beg for some shit. For what? For what? It's one thing to show your gratitude and your appreciation and to be mature enough to say, hey, I don't necessarily want to lose this job. I understand, the issue, the misunderstandings, and but I do want to make it known that I would like to keep my job. I know where I fell short. I'm aware of that, and I'm aware of the consequences. However, if you decide not to move forward with me, I respect that as well. Okay? But I'm not, no, I'm supposed to grovel? I'm going to put in the effort because I give a fuck. I'm not about to sit here and pretend like I'm hard and I'm too good and shit. No, I'm going to put in the effort because I give a fuck. Because I care. When that effort goes unreceived, what the fuck else am I supposed to do? Get the fuck on. Move along. But at least I can say, at least I can have peace within myself because I chose to move with integrity. I chose to be authentic instead of trying to impress and prove some shit to motherfuckers. Even if they did want to see me cower and all that shit. No. I'm still gonna stand in my power, my strength, and my authority. I'm going to honestly communicate. And I'm going to keep it moving. And I'm going to accept whatever decision is made. Because at the end of the day, it's not about y'all's fucking decision. It's about God's. That's okay. I'll be disappointed for that week or two, that month. I'll be hurt. I'll cry. I'll do all that. I'm not about to try to fake and flex and prove to some motherfuckers that I'm not hurt by some shit that I reasonably should be hurt about. What the fuck? You want me to obstruct and back up myself emotionally and spiritually because I need to prove something to y'all motherfuckers who are not God? I think that shit really pissed some people off because I'm so stern. I'm so fucking serious about that shit. You are not God. At the end of the day, you are not God. You are not God. I don't care if a motherfucker with the highest title approach me with an audience of people that surrounds me and tell me some shit that's a lie, and I'm by myself. You're not God. What y'all gonna do about it? What y'all gonna do about it? To you, it's just a story. To me, it's reality. David slayed a giant. Why the fuck why I care about a nigga with the highest title when a whole community standing surrounding me? What? But you're not God. And people get beside themselves. They don't understand that your breath and your body, your oxygen, motherfucker, your life, your soul is connected to God, not Satan. Not Satan. God. Even if you do decide to be on demon time and give your shit up, at the end of the day, when it comes to your life, your breath, and your body, that's connected to God. That is a creation of God. Stand up against me if you want to on some unrighteous shit and think you just gonna ride that shit out and not repair it and think it won't be no consequences. Bet. I've been seeing this shit. I've been witnessing this shit all my fucking life. I'm cool with it. I'm accustomed to it. I'm used to it. It's unfortunate. I modify how I communicate to certain individuals that I'm closer to just to try to give them a little warning, give them awareness. Hey, like, yo, don't sleep on your gifts, bro. You ain't even got to respect mine, but you know what I'm about. You know we connected because on some spiritual shit. Don't sleep on your shit. Trying to impress motherfuckers and shit on me. Don't sleep on your own gifts. Because them same motherfuckers that's going to hype you up to do some fuck shit, they can't do a goddamn thing when you're sitting in those consequences. They can't do shit. And that's, I'm telling you, Satan got so many illusions around us. Just like somebody can just get some money, hustle us some money, bail your ass out of jail. It ain't that simple in the spirit realm. Motherfuckers not even tapped in spiritually to even know that you're spiritually in prison, motherfucker. So how the motherfuckers gonna get you out? How they gonna get you out? They wasn't even wise enough to guide you with sound counsel so you wouldn't have to be in prison in the first place. So how the fuck they gonna get you out? Make it make sense. It don't. Why? Because it's spiritual ignorance. Motherfuckers that's jealous of you, don't even like you for real. Wish they had your life. Wish they had your impact, your influence, your effect. Wish they had your pull, the pull that you have on others. They wish they had that. Will act like your best friend, bro. Will follow you around, be there at your beck and call, hype you up to do some fuck shit. To fuck up your path, bro. To fuck up your blessings. And they will soothe you in the process. When it's all crumbling down, they'll still be there with their silent laughs, their internal laughs, their internal victories. While like a sociopath, they're putting on the gestures, the mannerisms, maybe even shed a tear. They're saying all the right things. They're even speaking with a calm tone and all. But internally, they're celebrating the victory of causing you to stumble. Some of y'all, for those of you who don't really have like a bunch of friends and stuff like that, or a part of your path of your journey was, spend a lot of time in solitude, there are some individuals who try to weaponize that very fact against you, like something's wrong with you, to convince somebody that, you're not adequate or whatever. Meanwhile, your best friend is the Most High God. Imagine it being 6 of them and not one of the friends is the Most High God. But it's 2 of y'all, 1 of you, and 1 of your friends is the Most High God. You and God don't even move like how these people move. You and God don't even move like how these people move. How they big themselves up. They make themselves feel better off somebody else's pain. Or them deciding or agreeing, of that somebody's, not good enough, or blah, 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 or commenting on their flaws collectively. Whatever they need to tell themselves to justify their jealousy and their envy and mask it as something else. You and God don't even move like that. I remember one time I got into it with some classmates, and the way she responded, or her side of the argument, was her insulting me, like physicalities about me. Like, she insulted physicalities. I had just cut my locks off, which they seen my locks before I cut them off, dumbasses. So she's calling me bald head and all that shit. Bitch, you seen my locks down my fucking back, you dumbass hoe. Anyway, it's ignorant, it's insensible, because it's demonic. That's why she ain't make no fucking sense. But the point of me mentioning that is, while she was insulting my physicalities, I was speaking straight facts and truth about her character, and it was eating her ass up. And that's why she resorted to insulting my physicalities, because she couldn't insult my character. That part. And that's exactly how a lot of motherfuckers is. They'll try to insult and gossip about external things, worldly things, as it pertains to you. But they can't say, oh my God, they can't give no real facts about your character, or trying to or finding some type of flaw in your character or whatever to weaponize against you. They can't do that. But that's how y'all approach things. You're not just looking at people or judging people just externally. Listen. If you are an attractive person and you attract other attractive people, and you have some sense and you've developed some wisdom, just because a motherfucker is attractive, you're not just gonna goo goo gaga and just open up to this motherfucker for the simple fact that they look good on the outside. But when you have those people who are not used to being approached by good looking people, right? They're more susceptible to getting access to something that look good on the outside, but on the inside it is sickly as fuck, and it's about to infect you too. Boundaries. Poor boundaries. And that's another video I'm gonna talk about too. People who think they know what the fuck boundaries are, but they really don't. But they want to weaponize boundaries. They want to weaponize the concept of boundaries, but don't really know what it actually is, how to actually apply it, nor how to respect it or recognize it. Or these false ass boundaries that they feel like they created, but it's literally just padding around the room. It's just padding so they can stay on that same toxic cycle and continue being enabled. Oh, so your boundary is you don't want to have honest communication. That's your boundary. That's your boundary. Okay. Like, what the fuck? A blessing in disguise. Literally. Somebody's realizing you're a blessing in disguise. A group. And it's just showing me like someone mocking somebody because of what things appear to be like on the outside. Mocking that person, insulting that person, abusing, harassing that person, trying to humiliate that person. And the whole time that person is, oh my God, bro. The whole time that person is anointed, bro. The whole time that person is the next star, bro. And it's crazy. Before I went live, I had just watched a video of this guy run into his ex, so this could be significant. He ran into his ex, and now he's all upgraded and all this shit. He done lost over like 200 something pounds. Apparently he used to be real big and shit. He was living in his mama basement. He ain't had no whip, none of that. And when they reconnected, and like, oh my God, it's crazy, because when they ran into each other, he was just gonna keep walking type shit, and she had to stop him. And she seen him surveying him, asking him all these fucking questions and shit. And so her entitled ass was like, okay, well, now that you got your shit together, so what we doing? What? And he quoted Mike Jones, back then they didn't want me, now I'm hot, they all want me. There's something significant about their energy right now. On fire for God? On fire with your intuition and your discernment? Motherfuckers don't know whether to look forward to you speaking or to dread you speaking up. Shaking in their boots when you silent. Don't know what you doing, what you about to do next. The fact that, bro, when I said that's a game changer, when you do not do what these people they just knew you was gonna react a certain type of way. They just knew it. They was betting on it. And then you don't do it. It's crazy, dog. Because now it's like, so what the fuck are they gonna do? What does that mean for us? Because a lot of times people need you to rebuttal in such a huge, big, nasty, ratchet, chaotic way, because they feel like it's going to get them out of experience some type of backlash for them even initiating the conflict. They really be feeling like that. But y'all be like, you know what? Let me just go tell my daddy. Cause y'all got me fucked up. And you know how liberating it feels to have a father that will stand up for you, that will literally step in for you, even if you're just witnessing that for somebody else, bro. That feeling of like that security is literally like that with the divine. Okay, bet. I said what I said. You're dismissing what I said. You're trying to silence me. Okay. You're not going to be fair. You're not going to be just. You're not going to give me space or grounds to, give my input respectfully. Okay. You're not going to respect me by giving me the truth or being compassionate with how you're speaking to me. Okay. I'm going to tell my daddy. I'm going to go tell my daddy. And yeah, you just do with what you want to do with that. But I'm going to go tell my father. And you know what's even worse? Like, what's even worse is that God watched the whole thing. God witnessed everything, even the stuff that you didn't see, even the premeditated stuff before somebody did some shit to you. Your daddy that you telling on, that You're asking to avenge you on your behalf, which he will and can, fully capable. It don't matter where they are. It don't matter who they have to protect themselves. It don't matter whom they try to shield themselves with. It don't matter the facade. It don't matter if they say, God bless, Godspeed. They can say God, Jesus. They can, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. They could tarry the name of Jesus. But the way you can convince humans, you can't convince God the same way. So imagine they got everybody thinking that you're lying. You're the one that caused the problem, caused the issue, and they're innocent. Imagine they got all these humans around them believing it. But God knows every detail of the situation. And so while they're trying to convince other people, they're trying to convince humans of a scenario, a version of the story. You're not trying to convince no fucking body a version of the story. You're not trying to clear your name. You're not trying to tell your side of it. No, you're not trying to convince none of the motherfuckers nothing. I'ma just go to God about it. You go to your people, I'ma go to God. And that's that. But what you about to be battling with, it won't be me. It's gonna be God. It's gonna be them angels. It's gonna be the divine ancestors. That's what it's gonna be. While I'm over here in recovery, the fuck? It's literally giving when SpongeBob had that bully at Miss Puff's school or whatever. Flex the Flounder, whatever the fuck. And how he was threatening and scaring SpongeBob all this time, like just provoking him all this time. And then when it finally came down to it, and they started fighting, or he caught himself fighting or stealing off on SpongeBob, because SpongeBob was a sponge, like he was just eating them shit. And this nigga laughed like, you're tickling me. Nah, nigga, I'm trying to hurt you. The fuck you laughing for, nigga? Cause it tickled. Your reaction, your response is being viewed as strange. It's being viewed as, these people could really like wonder if you're crazy. Somebody could really wonder if you're crazy, or like, what are you? Who are you? Like, what's your agenda? It's giving like fear of what's to come. Like, but I'm hearing like, because you're fearfully and wonderfully made, so it's gonna put people in a place of fear, because it's not like that you're fearful or whatever. It's the mystery. It's the mystery that they fear. It's the uncertainty. It's the unknown that they fear, that they wonder about. And sometimes people are only able to see you through the lens of who they are themselves. So when people are projecting onto you like stuff about your character that's far from who you truly are, honestly, that's what's within them. That's what's within them. And that is the only lens that they have to look through, unfortunately. Mirrors. So if your mirror is clear, but theirs is cloudy and shit, then yeah. Wow. It's one thing to take somebody's things or their materials in this world, and that person never get that thing back, like that particular thing that you took, they don't get it back. But even God said none of us can take these things with us when we die, when we leave this flesh. Now, when it comes to you trying to take some shit from somebody in the spirit, oh, you gotta run that back. You gotta run that back. That's definitely gonna be returned. That other shit gonna be returned too. But that right there, whatever you try to take from somebody in the spirit, okay, expeditiously. That's why it be real sad when these people be doing these love spells and these beauty spells on people. That shit be real sad, bro. Imagine you was already a decent looking person, but you was hating on somebody's appearance. So you did beauty spells and then you try to harvest their beauty for yourself. But, you know, that spiritually belongs to them. You have to give that back. There is no, where is it, searching it out. It's in the spirit, so it can easily be retrieved back. That person doesn't even have to know your name. They can just call their power and their energy back to them, and it's going to return. Bet. Imagine the little bit of attraction that you had. Imagine losing that because you wanted to harvest somebody else's beauty. So now you don't even have the portion that you have for yourself. It's giving parable of the talents. Yeah. That's what it's giving. So just like that one that went and multiplied his and the other one that buried his, that is the same concept. And how the Lord had took the one that he had and gave it to the one that had 10. That's what's happening, you guys. That's what's going on. So it's okay. It's okay. Your one may not be the best car. Your one may not be, you feel me? Like, I'm just saying, like, that is okay. That is okay. Or your 10 could be spiritual things, right? Let's say your 10 is, okay, one of them is you go out and you inspire people to really follow their dreams and stuff like that. You inspire people to dream big. You uplifted somebody. You go and you do some type of healing work. You know, just these different things that you do to multiply and spread the love of God. And the only thing that person got is, well, I've accumulated these materials. I've accumulated this money, and so I'm gonna use this. You feel me? I've accumulated this body, so I'm gonna use this, and but that's all they're using to gain. That's all they're using. But you're using what was given to you in a multifaceted manner and with intention, rooted in integrity. So that's okay. That's okay. That one thing or whatever that you got over me, that's cool. Even though you ain't doing shit with it to pull people closer to God. But that's okay. You want to use that to make yourself feel better than me? Bet. So when God come back though, when God come back around, when time is up, then what? Y'all talked about me not having this. Y'all talked about me not having that. So what happens when God comes to do the report? And you ain't do nothing. You ain't do nothing to spread the love of God. You ain't do nothing to draw not one soul closer to God. So that one thing that you was boasting over me, over having over me, imagine God taking that shit from you and giving it to me. Because that's what's happening, motherfucker. Straight up.